Author, what's the name of your book, Monkey? Break the Cycle, right? And what is it about?
There's a bunch of different cycles that we all got to break, so I just touch on a few of them in the book. But the main character is a young man, Marty Cruz, and he's just trying to find himself and chase his dream down, and then transcend the hurt in the process. So it's basically like his journey and finding himself as a man.
Okay. So. Oh, excellent. When I saw his message and I saw how he embraced my message, and you know, like I told you, when them two dudes came at you and thing, I was like, yo, wait a minute. Wait a minute, I got your back, you know. So, you know, like I said, that little Facebook vibe for me, it is how I reach you all. You know, it is how like this message stays alive, right? So I'm gonna give a little intro of why it even exists, right? Because I'm not some, I don't know, some child rights advocate. You know, that's like not my history. If you look back, you're not going to see I've been doing this the whole time. I mean, I am in the essence of who I am, but I'm not, it's not really who I am. But basically, I had a stroke in 2008, December 2008, and I was in the hospital for like 2 months. And in that time, people had to watch my daughter. And so they did a great job, right? But the conversation ensued about raising her, because I still kind of said how I wanted things to go with her, you know. And I do raise her as a being. I mean, you see her back there, she's 7 years old and 35 millimeters. She's on photo detail. Like, I raise her very differently than the average 7-year-old child. So when it came up that, you know, with kids, you gotta sometimes, you gotta beat them. You know, some of them, I was like, huh? Like, what are you talking about? Like, and this is a progressive person that I was talking to, and I was like, to see that people actually embrace that viewpoint still, I mean, I know people spank, but dag, like, you really think that's an option? So that made me say, we gotta talk about this a little bit more. And I thought about that, and then I thought about the fact that here I was, you know, 39, 38, whatever, having a stroke, and I almost left the planet. And that little girl ain't have nothing. She ain't had nothing. If I left the planet, she wouldn't have had nothing. So I was like, okay, it's time to leave a legacy. Why don't we do that? You know, so that meshed together became leave a legacy for her and say something, and I decided to write this book. And it came in my sleep. I woke up with that image. You know, I called my web designer, I said, it's yellow. It's yellow. I said, and the letters is green foil. It was supposed to be green foil, so she did a semblance of what she thought green foil closest to get to the printer, but we ended up liking what she printed, and I said, these images at the bottom. It's things, stuff. And so that's not what I pictured, but that's what she did, and it was great, you know. So all of this came out of like some divine handle it mode, right? And I went to work, and when I went to work, you know, I had a cane and everything. When I came out of the hospital, it was a wreck. I was shooting insulin, everything. It was a mess. I don't do any of that anymore. But anyway, so I was on my cane, I went to work, and I was like, I'm gonna write a book. And they were like, yeah, what you gonna write a book? I said, it's going to be about being black kids. And boy, them stories just started. Whoa, they was like, I mean, it was like, I didn't have to say nothing. People was just like, my mother beat me with a spatula, and my brother took the belt and went like this. And I mean, it was just for 3 hours. And I was like, dang, 3 hours. Like, so I didn't catch none of it, because it was just, I just said that. I went and bought me a tape recorder quick, got me a tape recorder, came back, and I was like, okay, guys, they got together again. So I'm gonna write this book. Can y'all say your stories again? And I thought it was gonna kind of be like the lesser version. No, it was the same, if not more. It gave it to me, and I taped it, and I took those taped stories and I put them in the book. And so the book is like it's a combination of my viewpoint plus their stories, right? And like today, pretty much we all kind of singing from the same choir, so it's not that you're not gonna feel what I can feel sometimes with the challenge, because coming after me hard, very hard sometimes, about this issue and the fact that how dare I even challenge them on this, or, you know, God said,
spare the
rod, it's from the Bible, and I was like, God ain't say that. Solomon says that. Now, don't go in with me. Oh, right. Solomon said that, and I don't know him. Nor do I know his mother. I think that's like the second line in that chapter. I don't know Solomon. I don't know his mother. I don't know how his mother treated him. So when Solomon wrote that, he didn't get that from Jesus. He didn't. Because Jesus ain't say that. He didn't get that from God either. So spare the rod, spoil the child, right? So that's one viewpoint. But in my second edition, because this is the second edition of the book, the first edition, it was just called Beat Black Kids. Straight up, with no ing. It was called Beat Black Kids. And the book had a few things that I didn't want in it, but the printer wouldn't change it. But I had 1,000 books in front of me, and I'm like, so the second edition actually has those changes. It has the ing, it has the publisher's page, it has all the good things. But in the second edition, it also talks about, this whole spare the rod. Okay, so we're going to talk about mistranslation. Now, that's in there. So when you talk about mistranslation and how the scripture really was first, when they talked about sparing the rod, they were talking about a healing rod. What's wrong with you? Like, that makes so much more sense. If you spare the healing rod, you spoil a child. Because then you can't get a child. Now, that sounds more like a God-like message. Not spare the rod, spoil a child. That makes me say, you act like the Bible wasn't used to enslave us. What's wrong with you? You act like... They act like they don't know. They know that. It's all in the movies. That they use Christianity to enslave black people. And you just got to flex it. If you're going to be Christian now, that's fine. But you just got to flex it. Don't be smart. Don't be dumb. But they use Christianity to enslave black people. So for them to say discipline equals violence, yeah, for them. That's what they do to suppress you. And they call it the discipline so you can do it too. So anyway, that's another thing. I don't really get deep into that till they pull it out of me. Then I'm like,